I'm sure they appreciate the pregame show, and I've learned a long time ago, hey, as long as you can. Oh, we got the prayer going on. I'm sorry.
You have any pictures? Go ahead.
Fans, welcome back on a Monday night for Maroon Devil football. We apologize. We had a couple of technical issues there where, again, basically our computers were just overloaded with technology. We were trying to run 3 cameras and all the audio with 2 headsets and some of the other computer advertising graphics. So sometimes, as we mentioned, Coach, sometimes you can just put too much on a good horse, and he kind of breaks.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're fixing to see in this football game. We mentioned that earlier. Yeah, it's going to both teams are going to have a big monkey on their back. This heat, conditioning, don't know anything about each other, and being the first game of the year.
Oh, no question about it. So you're saying at some point tonight, offensively and defensively, we might see a breakdown or two.
Oh, I'd say you're going to see one or two, and you know, you hope you can minimize them, but it's like you and I were talking back before the broadcast. It's going to boil down to the simplest points of this game: special teams, who can hang on to the football, who's not going to jump off sides or get false started the most, the least penalized, I should say, and that's going to be the outcome of the game.
I think you're exactly right. And normally in the first game, we see some false starts. We see some offsides. We see some receivers take a step before they're supposed to. And I'm sure coaches like to tell you, hey, especially on defense, guys, don't move until you see the ball snap.
Exactly, and it's hard to restrict players like that. It's hard to, and it's all about the discipline. And in time, they get into a rhythm, and people try to take advantage of you for it. But at the same time, that's why this game is so spectacular to me, because once you get that discipline, once players get that discipline in them, they're like a machine.
Oh, and we like to call for years. Walking down the captains are anyway coming onto the field. Let's give our sponsor one more vote graphic again, if we can, Joe, and show our sponsors who are bringing you Maroon Devil football here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. We want to say appreciation to see on camera much here tonight. We're talking about Kent Maxey down on the field with that camera. He's going to be getting his exercise. And we've got an old friend back running a camera up on top of the press box. And Mr. We haven't seen Brad in a long time. He was here at ground zero. What all you guys do is they have a lot of talent. Sometimes goes underappreciated.
Yeah, I would not want any of their jobs. I'll be honest with you. I'm sitting here with a headset on talking about football. They're up there worried about computers and cameras. And no, I'm right where I'm at.
Hey, I am so with you. Our captains here tonight for the Maroon Devils out there, left to right, we've got 15, Cooper Bryant, talking about him. We've got Gabe Lillard, our quarterback, and over there on the far right side is number 3, Josh Collins. It's good to see a sophomore out there. That says a lot to make him captain.
That's part of the leadership program, and be recognized as a leader, and it goes two ways. Number one, he's to be followed, but he's also expected to lead and be the example.
That's right. You need to step up and set the tone for those guys on that football team. And I think these guys sometimes, because, we saw football in the spring. I saw it here with the Devils, and I saw it up at Western Carolina University. And I'll be honest with you, Coach, there were a lot of, and I'm going to be blunt, coaches and players at different levels. And I'm not sure they were having a whole lot of fun.
No.
I'm just not sure the heart was in spring football, just being blunt.
I really couldn't. About this back last spring, we were doing the broadcast. It felt weird.
It did.
It was strange. I appreciate what they were have done it.
Right.
And I know right now I couldn't have. I'm just too old. Around what's going on, you would have done it because you had to, and that was about the effort you saw at to.
Right.
And now it's a whole different atmosphere.
It really is. As we can see our fans on their feet cheering on this Maroon Devil football team, and I love Kent Max, the camera right in front of him, and like I say, he's going to get his 10,000 probably in this ball. Behind him, and boy, those kids are having fun.
This is part of that tradition we talk about. So, and now that things are starting to swing somewhat back to normal, maybe this program and this community can get back to some semblance of normality.
I think you're exactly right. It again, not being critical, but just coached their brains out. But I've talked to some coaches, and they'll tell you, if they were brutally honest, it was.
It wasn't the same.
And I really think, 2020, but I really think, looking back, that FCS football probably should have. The boys did, because the big boys were able to pull it off in the fall. They got the football done, and in the spring it was not the same.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm not going to anybody. It was what it was, and it was dealt with. And start.
What was. As we're ready to kick this one off here tonight. It's a 7 o'clock kick. Looking at Sun over there, sitting over there, hopefully pretty soon behind Nolan's Creek. And we see AC, the Asheville, white jerseys and almost kind of a light blue turquoise color number.
That's the number, the color I'm going to use is turquoise.
Turquoise.
That's the only thing I know.
That's it. Kind of blue-green, isn't it? And white helmets. That's a good-looking uniform.
It is.
I know I'm prejudiced, but
no, we're all white. Nobody could understand that, but we did.
Here we go. Gavin Lanning is going to be kicking off. He's going to kick it high, and it's going to be taken down at the 7-yard line. On the return, the Lions back out to the 15, out to the 20, and good coverage. Brought down at the 25-yard line is going to be Oliver Poole. More for the Lions. And we may say ACA tonight, but just so you know, Asheville Christian Academy. ACA is just easier to say.
It is, and then that's a mouthful. I'll mess it up. So we're going ACA with me.
There we go. And again, they're coached by Dr. Rick Sperling and his fine staff. We appreciate them.
We're be playing this team tonight, but here we are.
Here we go. Four-man front for the Maroon Devils. Got a man in motion now for the Lions. He comes to the left side out of the eye, and they come running right up through a big hole just over that A gap across the 30-yard line. And on second effort, the Lions get that first down with running back Adam Harrison, number 4, a senior, and just that second leg drive.
Yeah, we don't have the replay tonight, but that's an isolation play where they're trying to find that outside linebacker and pin him with that running back. That running back's a pretty tall, strong-looking young man, and all they're wanting to do is get him a situation with a one-on-one block. Now they're going to spread it out.
Different look this time. 3 wide receivers, quarterback. He's just going to run it straight ahead. Nothing fancy there. That's
number 10.
Number 10, I'm going to say Javier.
Yeah.
Rice.
Yeah, that was basically the same play out of a different, it was blocked exactly the same way, out of a different set, and the quarterback became the tailback in that instance.
Ran right up the same gap, didn't he?
Yep, short, same place, same blocking scheme up front.
Again, 4-man front for the Maroon Devils. Got a receiver on each side. Rice is going to turn, hand off, and this time the Maroon Devils stuffed it as Miles Tate, a senior, number 6, runs into a lot of jerseys.
You're going to think I'm crazy. That was the exact same play out of split backs in the gun. They block it the same way. They down block on the first man, the outside man, and try to lead up on the linebacker. Well, they're picking on Carson over there, so they may have their hands full if they continue to do that.
No kidding. I'm not sure I'd want to run at him all night.
Not all night long, no.
Now they run kind of now they got 2 wings in there. As again, we've seen a different set every time. 2 wings, got a little motion up front, no flag. Rice back to throw. Boy, he's going to air this one up down the field. He's got it in traffic, and it's going to be picked off. Outstanding interception down inside the 15-yard line, and getting up with the football is going to be 15, and that is Cooper High.
I told you tonight was these young men have been waiting to break out. He's going to stay out there now and on offense. Explode. And so here it is, and that's he and Cameron both. He and Cameron Blankenship both. So I'm anxious to see how this unrolls.
Well, you know, they played outfield on the Maroon Devil baseball team, and he was playing center field on that one. He saw that ball hang up, and he was there.
And we don't have the replay, but folks that saw it, he went to the highest point. Now, that's something that you work on in practice. You work on it. Don't wait for that ball to come down to you. You leave the ground and go to the highest point with both hands and pull it down.
And that's exactly what he did because it was in a crowd. There were 3 defenders along with the receiver on that play. Got a man in motion. Here comes the quarterback option, and he's going to be strung around. He's trying to break loose, but no place for Gabe Lillard because, boy, they had a lot of white jerseys in there led by number 8 or number 9, Jack Holmes.
Yeah, and he did a little bit of a guessing game right there. His fullback actually broke free. The defensive end for ACA was playing a guessing game there, and he chose right that time. So when he gets a little bit more under his belt and he starts reading that, he'll give that football, and we'll have a big.
And they've got middle, kind of in the middle of that backing court.
They're playing a 3-front, what we refer to.
Looking, trying to get a block now. Outside on him as Gabe is tackled at the 6-yard line. So we can see ACA runs
the ball extremely well, and they're kind of letting them play right now. There's been a couple of blocks below the waist, and also a couple of face masks in there that they're kind of letting go right now. I don't know whether I saw the official reach for his flag, and then he decided not to. So maybe he thinks it's too early to be shown on.
Hey, this is probably their first game, too.
Yeah, they're supposed to be going to scrimmages.
Taylor, he almost 19-yard line. That's going to bring up probably, looks like a 4th down and about 5.
Yeah, it was a good call, though, to hang on the ball. freeze option, and you run it right in the A gap. You single block the nose man in that 3 front, and let them go from there.
Gavin Lanning on to punt for the Maroon Devils. Got one man dropping back. That's going to be 12, Jeremiah Dodd, a sophomore. A tall, lanky, I'm sure very quick return man. 8 minutes to play, first quarter. Neither team has been able to do anything on offense so far. Here comes Gavin punt. Going to be high but very short. He's going to be hitting at about out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And they're going to spot it at the 44. So now ACA is going to get it in our territory for the first time tonight here, Coach.
Yeah, and hopefully we can keep them at bay right here. We'll see more of their offense right here. Like you said earlier, we're seeing a lot of different formations out of them, and that's a pretty good ploy for a first game, is if you can run that many formations, defending those formations, then sooner or later you'll make something pop. So right now we just got to keep our eye on the prize and not let them catch us on our heels.
So let's see what ACA comes out with this time. This time going to be even a different set.
Yep.
Got twins on the right side.
Split on the left, eye backs.
Eye back
Probably
formation.
going to run the power play again. Yep, to the left side. There's the linebacker. Up on the linebacker. And
got about 9 yards. And again, that's Miles Tate, who plays linebacker on their defense.
Yeah, we got to come up and meet that a little quicker. That time we were a little slow getting up to the line of scrimmage and taking on that lead block. The objective is to hit that running back that's doing the blocking on their side of the football, at the line of scrimmage or behind it. He will actually make the tackle with his feet if you can get him stuffed in there.
One thing we're seeing already, Coach, both teams, even though they have good numbers on the sidelines, a lot of kids still playing both ways.
Oh, yeah, both playing both ways. And
same set this time.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to run a pretty much a veer dive that time. Just single blocked it, tried to find a seam for him to run in. We got into a 3 front there, and he just jumped right back into the A gap.
Good run over there by Dawson Skinner. Again, they have 2 senior backs in there, along with Rice, the sophomore quarterback, but 2 senior running backs in that eye, and that's a big first down at the Maroon Devil 29-yard line. 6:49 to play, first quarter, no score yet. This time, in the backfield, he gets loose.
We got trouble now.
He's got some blockers, and he's got some room on that right side.
Right again, Cooper.
Save 6.
It did save 6 because pretty much Cooper was the only defender left over there.
No doubt. Big Nolan Fisher had him for a minute, and then he got loose in reverse field and picked up some big yards. Lineman. And boy, you can see some of the guys with their hands on their knees as looks like we're going to have a timeout. And
there we go.
Yep, you're right. As one of the pretty good over there on the sideline, and there to check him out. And boy, congratulations to Carrie Powell for the award she got as presented by the North Association.
As long as she's been doing it, she's probably been doing it longer than anybody in the state, to tell you the truth.
She knows her business, doesn't she? And that
been successful at it.
Player was Miles Tate, and he's one of their better players. He plays linebacker on defense, and he's a running back, so he was shaken up, but he got up and walked away. So I think
going back to a little bit of the gun set now, pistol set. Now he's going single back.
Yep,
set,
empty backfield.
Empty backfield.
Nice to
quarterback to keep the football, just to keep them honest over there. Because after you've shown them a couple of real hard dive plays, you got to get something on the perimeter because they can't just keep sitting in there trying to knock you backwards.
That's it. And they have some good size up front on the defensive line. Here's the last minute of the first quarter as the Maroon Devils line them up at the 23-yard line.
There
Pitch to
we
Carson
go.
Taylor.
There
Has some
we
room
go.
left side. He has the first down and more. Finally loses his balance out of bounds up at about the 5-6 yard line. He almost went in.
He would have scored. I mean, there was nobody left there for him. I'm glad to see us finally get that first pitch from underneath our belt. You get them. We've been running the veer at him, running the veer at him, running the veer at him. Now pitch that thing and let him get out there and run by him.
That's it.
And he did.
I don't think they were ready for that.
Nope.
So a good run again, Carson Taylor. A tough guy to bring down, whether he's outside or inside.
We got twins and the tight end into the wide side of the field. I'm betting we're coming this way. Up, there we go. Keep digging, Carson.
Good run. He got about 5 yards. It's going to bring up second and goal from about the 1 yard line.
Yeah, they were trying to stunt up front right there to make us miss blocks, and we did have a little bit of trouble picking up anybody. But Carson's able to throw his body up in there and make things happen. I love his pad level and the mere fact that he keeps those thighs moving. He does not let his legs stop.
He's a physical player.
Yes, he is.
Maroon Devils now from the 1 yard
There we
line.
go.
Here comes Carson
Touchdown.
again. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown. Maroon Devils 8-6 with 3.5 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, we wedge blocked that one real good right there. There wasn't any veer blocking to it. We went shoulder to shoulder, helmet to helmet, and just knocked a dent in that front. And he's able to punch it in with his size and his strength.
Now the Maroon Devils will attempt the 1-point conversion to make it an 8-7 game. Gavin Lanning has a lot of experience at kicker, and Cooper Hyatt with good hands. He's going to be in there holding for him. Good snap, good hole. The kick is down. It looks good from here. And it is going to be good. 8-7 now as we have just a couple of seconds to play here in the first quarter. So we'll keep it here and then come back at the end of the quarter and, again, give our sponsors some much needed and much deserved recognition. But, Coach, it just feels like Friday night. I know it's Monday, but it just feels good.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's Tuesday night. We're playing football in the fall. I'm
with you.
I'm not missing a thing.
It's just really good to, as you mentioned, to try to get back to something kind of normal.
Yeah, that's the whole principle behind it for me anyway. And I know a lot of coaches feel the same way. And these players, I mean, it's been tough on everybody through this whole mess. And historically, there's nothing you can compare it to except maybe World War II, when everything came to a grinding halt. Because otherwise, it's been just people grabbing and catching as catch can.
And I know COVID is still an issue. I know I was talking to some friends in Cherokee the other day. I know the Cherokee volleyball team had to cancel 4 games because of COVID. I know folks in Cherokee have had a lot of COVID.
Yeah, that is so traumatic to anything that anybody's trying to do nowadays. It's just it's not fair, but there's nothing anybody can do about it. All you can do is take precautions, masks, all that. I'm not an advocate. I'm not a political person of any kind, but I mean, do what you can to try to stop this mess.
Amen. Yeah, I'm with you. Here comes Gavin Lanning. We still have 3.5 seconds to run out this first quarter, and that will start the clock when they start on the kickoff return. And again, they've got 3 guys back deep this time. And this time bringing it back is going to be one of their really good running backs from the 5 out to the 10, out to across the 15-yard line. But a good tackle over there by John Parton.
Yeah, great job of covering the field right there. He was looking the whole time trying to get to this left side of the field, and that was great that we stayed in our lanes and we covered the field.
No doubt. Fans, stay tuned. 1 quarter gone. It's 8-7. ACA leading us by 1. We'll take a timeout and be back to start the second quarter after this. Fans, welcome back. They're throwing a bomb. ACA lifts it up, and it's going to be Cooper Hyatt. And he almost got interception number 2 as they tried to hit Jacob Price down there on the go route. And, Coach, that was just mano y mano.
Let me tell you what, Cooper was running the route. I mean, he really was. You could see he read it. He was out in front of the receiver. He became the receiver. That's what you want a defensive back to do. And they just got tangled up at the point. He tried to go up again, go to the highest point, and pull that ball down, and the receiver realized he was on defense then, and he had to break this thing up.
You're right. The receiver had to play defense because I really thought for a second Cooper had a shot.
He did. He had that thing all the way.
He is a good judge of when the ball is in the air. This time they're going to run right up the A gap and back in there again after getting shaken up early. And, boy, he got shook up a little on that play. It's going to be number 6, Miles Tate, their senior linebacker running back.
Yeah, they came back trying to run that isolation series again right there, and we smelled that out a little quicker. Like I said earlier in the ball game, defenses will get caught up now. Our big concern is containing this quarterback. Don't let him get outside of us using his legs, because that's the only way that he's going to be able to beat you. His arm is okay. He's throwing upfield. We know he can do that. He's not throwing any short balls, but he'll beat you with his feet.
Oh, no doubt. I was just noticing that man coverage here on each side. They throw it out to the right side, and there's a good open field tackle by Cooper Hyatt. Nowhere to go for Jacob Price.
That's it. And I mean, that's the first short ball we've seen him throw. He was on the money.
Yep.
But there again, those things right there don't beat you. What he just did right there does not beat you. He beat you with those legs.
Yeah. And sometimes, as you mentioned, the short stuff just sets something up for later.
It is. That's what they're trying to do. They've thrown 2 deep balls, and they figured, well, we're dropping off of them enough. Get them out there to the wide side of the field again, one-on-one, but they threw it out there where Connor was, and that makes a difference.
So now they're going to have to punt it away on 4th down. And back to return is a guy who has good hands. We're talking about Cooper Hyatt, number 12. Talked to his dad just a little while ago. Here's a, beautiful punt. Beautiful punt by ACA. Cooper takes it at the 32. He's got some room. Gets a block or two. 45-50 inside Lion territory. Down the sideline, forced out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That's smart running.
That is. That's a thing of beauty. And there again, like I said earlier in the ball game, it's time. It's time for you could smell him coming on last spring. He was just ready to turn that corner, and he's feeling it now.
Boy, he's had a great ball game, an interception, that great run back on the punt, because that was a beautiful punt by the Lions.
Sure was. You couldn't ask for a better way to return one.
Yeah, good hang time. Lights are on as we look out at the beautiful mountains. The sun is setting, and now we have an official timeout here, and it's going to be timeout by the Lions as they want to make sure they're set defensively, Coach, with an 8-7 lead.
Yeah, I think they were short of man. They didn't have the right people on the field or something of that nature. But while we got them in, I got to give a shout out to my boys down there at Almond Boat Park.
Oh, no doubt about it.
You know, I went down there and they needed some help, so I just fell on in there with them. So they made me the social director down there. So that's what I do now. I'm the social director. Yeah.
Now, I tell you what, that's got to be a fun crew to work with. Just knowing some of those guys like Jeff Mathis, for example, just to name one.
That whole crew, I could try to explain it to you, but I don't think – I had a lot of fun with coaching staffs and with players, and I kind of missed that kind of thing going on. When I told my wife, I said, I'm just going to go down there and help them out through some – when they get real busy. Well, next thing I knew, I was going every day because it's a good time down there. I mean, It really was. We pump a little gas and rent a few boats, and that's what we do.
Hey, I'm going to ask Jeff about what the responsibilities of a social director really.
Ask him, because I kind of got to write my own job description, and it's working out real well. It really is.
That's the perfect scenario.
It is. I mean, what you do.
Oh boy, hey, that's a good bunch of people down there. Jim and Jolene, and for years.
Yeah. Here we go. We're in the gun this time.
Oh, we got a little
speed sweep going on.
Speed sweep here, a little jet sweep.
Yeah, jet sweep.
There's Groenwald down inside the 20-yard line. Our number 6 against their number 6 coming up to help on the tackle is Dawson Skinner.
I'm glad to see us do that to them. We've had them packed down in there running that veer at them, and now spread them out a little bit and make them defend the field. Just what we did. Now we got 2/3 of the field to the other side. Don't know if we'll do anything like that, but you got it to play with if you want to throw it over there now.
And now that's in their head.
Oh, it is. You know, it's not just as easy as coming out there and us lining up and trying to drive it down your throat all the time.
And talking about the field, boy, our field looks really, really good. Great shape.
I'm really proud of this place. It's just always been it's special. And I very seldom got to see it from up here over the years. So.
Here comes Carson Taylor as he bulldozes his way down to the 12-yard line. And, Coach, you're right. You spent hours after hours after hours out here keeping this field up. And to see it continue to look good has got to make you proud.
It's a great feeling. It really is. And like I said, the only time I saw this field from up here was coming up here to turn the clocks and stuff on Friday before the ball games and just spending a little while up here just looking at it from time to time. And the rest of my time, like you said, was spent down there with my feet on that grass.
That's it. And your head spinning constantly.
Always, yeah.
Back to throw. Nice pass over there to Cooper. Cooper breaks a tackle. He is in the end zone. Touchdown. Great pass from Gabe Lillard to Cooper Hyatt.
That's it. I'm telling you, I am really impressed with this whole thing so far. I mean, we ain't over, but we're showing signs of some real leadership out there and taking the bull by the horns and making things happen by some key players. And we'll spend more time with these linemen as they progress. But now, I'm more concerned about seeing some skill people take the weight on their shoulders.
And they have done that here on this drive, I think. We've seen some punishing runs, and we've seen some open plays as well.
Exactly.
So some good mix there offensively. On to kick the PAT is going to be Gavin Lanning. He boots it up, and it's going to be good. And we're going to take the lead right now, 14-8. And we're going to take a break with 8:46 to play in the second quarter. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back as we kick off. It looks like we might have jumped offside a little bit, so we may come back and re-kick.
Yeah, and we got a little extracurricular activity right down here after the play was blown dead between two players, and I think they're going to be offsetting. We'll see right here, unless this official over here wants to pick somebody out.
So they're going to talk it over a little bit. Looks like the head referee is going to chat with the guy who dropped the flag. And Coach, you know, I've been reading about it for all the sports, not just football, but it's becoming really hard to get people to officiate.
I've heard them begging on TV and through some of the professional literature that I get from coaching corners that they are absolutely searching the planet for trying to find people who are willing to go out there and officiate. And you know, you can understand both sides of it, and they just, you know, I wish there was a group coming along. I wish there was some young folks out there who wanted to do this anymore, but right now they're just taking what they can get, and so that's pretty much the quality you're going to get.
Yep.
And, you know, at one time the standards were held pretty high for these officials, and as coaches, we were always in an adversarial position with them.
Oh, yeah.
And I was always running them down a lot, which they ran me down a lot. So, you know, it was one way or the other all the time. But the truth be told, it's just like in anything where people pretty much have to volunteer their time to come out, well, not volunteer it, but come out here. They get paid for it. But this is brutal. I mean, it is.
It is.
And if I often thought if I hadn't been in coaching, I'd have been an official, and I would got to hate myself. Then see, that's basically that would have been the position I was in.
And it's not just football; it's every sport. I know
all of them.
You talk to Coach Toby Burrell in softball and in baseball and in volleyball. They're really short on officials.
Well, and when you come down to watch some of the ball games and you watch some of the wrestling matches and things like that, the officials are the same guys. I mean, they just bring they're the closest ones in the area. There's only a handful of them that do it, so you have to bring all the same guys back in.
You're right. Now, when you get up to the collegiate level, it's financially pretty sweet.
It is, and those guys they have such a training method, and it's kind of went away with the high school people, and I think that's the reason you don't see as many of them participating in it.
You're right. Here we go. We're going to re-kick. That penalty was assessed against ACA, so Gavin's going to kick off from the 50. He kicks it high and short. It's going to take a little hop. It's still on the ground. It's a loose ball, and the Maroon Devils may have it at the 15-yard line. That was a design play.
It was. That was a great call. He hit it like a chip shot. If I could ever hit a chip shot in golf, that's the way he hit it. And it literally, they didn't really know how to handle that. Now, what you try to coach your kids is you step up and make a fair catch. So that way, if they hit you, it's a penalty no matter what happens after that. They failed to do that and didn't handle the football.
You're right. And, boy, I tell you, Gavin Lanning kicked it to a bare spot. There was nobody there.
There was a hole there, right, with the way they were lined up. And, we saw a lot of that last year, so I guess it just kind of is still there. But we saw a lot of teams do that last year, just try to chip shot it into a hole.
Here we go. Gabe under center turns and hands off. This time it's going to be Josh Collins. Yeah. We haven't seen his number carry a whole lot tonight, but he carries down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they ran a stunt up front right there, kind of a loop stunt with the linebacker, and he had cheated up, and he ended up right at the line of scrimmage, right in the hole where we were trying to run the football. We didn't pick it up quick enough there again. With these linemen, they're learning, and they'll learn to keep their heads up and pick that kind of thing up.
Well, that's right. As we see some linemen again gaining experience. One new man in there right now, Matthew Ferguson. He's in there. It looks like the left guard, so we're seeing a lot of guys get some playing time here tonight. Cooper goes in motion left side. This time it's going to be Gabe in traffic. He's still running hard. Finally, they lasso him there. There's Jacob Price on the tackle for ACA.
Yeah, and there again, we've packed them right back down into that split back defense and trying to make them defend those split backs. And in a minute, I'll just about guarantee you we're going to spread them back out. I don't know when it's going to happen. It may not happen until the third quarter, but we'll spread them back out.
7:27 to play here in the second quarter. Maroon Devils lead 14-8, knocking on the door. Second down to go, or check that, third down, and we need about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, we need this one. This one's important. We are in two-down territory right here, so it won't really make a lot of difference. But right here, we're going to put them in that. We're going to bunch them up, but our splits are getting a little wider. Out there to the wide side of the field. You can see where the tight end's lined up a little wider.
Here comes Gabe again.
That's the reason why right there.
Cuts it inside. He's still going. They knock him down at the 2-yard line, but he stayed on his feet.
That's pretty much, we're going to fake that dive in there. We're going to split that end out and one-on-one block him. And, Gabe, you go either inside of him or outside of him. It's up to you, whichever way you want to go.
And
this
Gabe
is great.
has the experience.
When you got a first down at the 2-yard line, that's gravy.
That's it. Hang on to the ball, and you're probably going to score.
Yeah, I used to hate them when we got the first down at the 10-yard line. That seemed like it took you forever to get it in.
That's it. Those are 10 tough yards,
aren't they? Yes, they are.
First and goal at the 2-yard line. Maroon Devils with a 14-8 lead, trying to expand that here with 6.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Gabe under center, split backs, hands off. Carson runs into traffic, but he gets into the end zone, looks like.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Single block. Line veer again, just block down on that nose man, run by that outside tackle. And he literally ran right into the guard, so he made sure he got that punched in there. That's smart.
I tell you, Carson's hard to stop for 2 yards.
I don't want to try it.
He's a strong kid.
Yeah. I like it there again. I just like the way he keeps his hips squared up, and those thighs don't quit moving until it's over.
On the left side over here, just bringing in some names, talking about Carson. He stays in to block. He and Lucas Sutton over here on this left side. So Gavin for the PAT. Boy, that one might have been a little bit wide left. It was. Not going to count. 6:16 to go before halftime. Maroon Devils lead 20-8 over ACA. We'll be back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Feet. He kind of sucked those guys in a little bit, Coach, and then he took off. But unfortunately, he stepped out of bounds right in front of Kerry Powell.
Yeah, he was trying to give us that limp and make that outside move right there, and he got knocked out of bounds.
Right in front of Kent Maxey. He's down there with the camera. And by the way, we want to apologize. I understand our audio has kind of been going in and out. And basically, what's happening is our laptop is just overloaded with what it can handle here. So we've had some issues here tonight. Technical. Is it 1st and 10? Got a penalty flag. That's probably going to come back with a hold as he's going to be forced out of bounds over there. Looks like, oh, we got a late flag coming in over there on the sideline. Little extracurricular.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he on them. I think he turned around and was jawing to some of our players right there. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope one of our players didn't react to it.
Yeah, I think that was Lucas Sutton who forced him out of bounds.
Yeah, the first penalty should be a hold back here.
And let's get the bridge of I think
I
that's
believe
a
it's
9.
Cameron. I believe that's Cameron.
Cameron
over
Blankenship.
here at the corner.
His jersey was all.
Came up there like he knew what he was doing, which he does, and he made that play.
He does. He made a good play. He and Carson were there, and that is only a yard gain. 3rd down and 10 now for the Lions. Not sure what this is all
Scoreboard's
about.
frozen now, so it's not only Joe Holt's computer that's freezing up. The scoreboard is frozen. So, yeah, everything here is getting chewed down by the gremlins. It sure is. Yeah.
And but yeah, it's not used to being used on Monday night.
There's too many things going on, and there it's fall. They don't know how to act yet.
Yeah. And some of the heat, I've got to believe, affects electronics. Heat and electronics are almost not as bad as electronics and water, but heat does not help.
Well, I really couldn't tell you, so there.
I can remember just a quick story from the old radio days. We used to have a mixing board that we ran all our radio equipment through. We were down in Charleston, South Carolina at the Citadel, and they were redoing their stadium. Well, we on the other side, the
on you. And then now we should be getting some of it back on. Saw the end zone.
same numbers. We're and it's hard causes this kind of stuff. There goes Neil all the way up here, all the way up through the steps, and now he's headed. He's getting his 10,000 steps in tonight.
The coaches used to make fun of me because I'd get so irritated, and right before the ball game, I'd hear them announce over the PA, "Coach White, come to the press box. The 25-second clocks aren't working," and it became a regular thing. And they just said, they'd look at me and go, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm got to go up there and fix them."
That's it. Now I'll say this, and I say this in true appreciation. your father was outstanding in the field of electronics.
He really was.
He was.
He helped us out up here a lot. I miss him, but
I do too.
he did a lot of stuff up here, and he kind of laughed, like I said back in the spring, because he didn't believe that. He said, I used to think you were kind of a smart guy, but you're trying to make a living with teenagers. I don't understand it. And so he never could wrap his mind around that. He had a hard time with that.
But I remember when this stadium first opened, Don White had a lot to do with this. Here we go. We're with audio, we think. Here comes a blitz. Their quarterback trying to get away. He does. He steps up, and he just jukes out a couple of guys as he dives for the first down near the 40-yard line of Maroon Devil territory.
Yeah, there again, you can't miss this guy, and you really need to slow yourself down on blitzes and things. And this is young mistakes that we're making right now.
Right.
When I say slow down, once you reach that line of scrimmage, you got to know this guy's quicker than I am. So let's just let him make a choice. Then I'll get him. But if you run straight at him, he's going to leave you. He's going to leave your cleats in the ground, and that's exactly what he did.
That's what he did. Yeah, make him commit.
Yeah, just play him out. Don't try to go take his head off. Don't try to make him fumble. Just make a decision that you can live with.
That's it. That you can make a play.
Yeah.
And they're still, I think, looking at the clock. I'm not sure the clock itself started on that play, so they might have to keep the time on the field.
I believe that's what they're synchronizing down there right now.
Yep. I think they're working on that, Coach. And we've seen that happen several times.
Yeah.
And nothing new there, and I think Coach Neil Blankenship just kind of confirms that as he.
Yeah. That's something we'll have to look at halftime then. Just if they'll keep the rest of this quarter on the field, and everything else looks like it's frozen up. So there.
So he gave the signal to run the clock. It's not running, so apparently they're going to keep that on the field. Clock says 4:16, so we're in that neighborhood as we start this play, and we jump offside.
Actually, they moved. I'm pretty sure, but now they're going to blame it on us. But now that offensive lineman rocked back, and Carson saw it. Yeah. Carson saw him rocking back, but he did. He got away with that, and that offensive lineman did.
Yep,
the left guard.
Yep, Nolan Fisher jumped on him.
Yeah,
and so he was drawn off.
It was the left guard. He rocked back when that quarterback started his cadence, and he came off the football and into him.
He sure did. So now, here comes the quarterback again, just straight ahead, right up the A-gap, right behind the center, literally, and coming up in there on the tackle. There's Connor Driver.
Yep.
On one of his many tackles tonight. He's been pretty tough on defense.
Yeah, they went right back to that quarterback isolation with two backs back there. They put them both running up in, and one linebacker try to knock him out of there so he can get some running room.
Now again, we're not showing the video on the screen. We hope you can hear the. Okay, thanks, Joe. Okay, all right. Oh, good deal. So we're good to go. Oh, there's a great play. There's Carson Taylor again.
And that was in short yardage, and that knocked them out. Going to make it third down. So they tried to run that I-back isolation again to the outside right there, trying to kick the end out. And there again was Carson. He smelled it, he saw it, and he filled it up.
That's a nose for the ball, isn't it?
It is. You can't replace that. And the only thing that makes that happen is experience, and he's got that.
He definitely does. One of our seniors. We have 10 seniors on this team, 9 juniors, 15 sophomores. A couple of freshmen have come up. And again, I'm guessing now, this is just an estimate. I'm saying we have about 3 minutes to play before halftime as we lead 20-8. Now 3rd down and 2 for the Lions as the quarterback again reverses field. He throws through the hands of Miles Tate. Pretty good coverage over there by the Maroon Devils on defense. Number 4 is Zach Stepp, the corner.
Yeah, we did a little better job of putting some pressure on him simply because we didn't run across the line of scrimmage, and we weren't going to, in a foot race, he's going to beat just about everybody we got out there besides a couple. It's a matter of just putting the pressure on him. Let him know you're there, but keep him contained inside of you, man. And don't let him get turned upfield.
And if you're a corner, don't leave your receiver.
No, I'd much rather him be trying to throw to beat us than run.
Right.
Just so let him throw the darn thing.
So now again, Zach Stepp doing a good job. Cameron Blankenship over on that side as well. So now it's going to bring up 4th down. Big 4th down and 2. Under 3 minutes to play here before halftime.
Isolation again.
Hands
Fill it
off.
up. Fill it up. Hang on.
Boy, I don't think he got. No, he pitches it back.
No,
but
he was down.
They're saying he was down.
Yeah, his forward momentum had stopped, so he was down.
And he's still shaking up a little bit. Talking about Miles Tate, he got shaken up earlier, Coach, and he one thing we're going to see, I think, before the game is over, we're going to see some cramps.
Oh, yeah. It's bound to happen. First game, humidity's high.
Hot.
But there again, let's go back to what we were discussing before the ball game started. That defenses will catch up during this ball game. Now, will they catch up? Will ACA catch up to us? I don't know. We're starting to catch up to them a little bit by keeping that quarterback a little bit more contained. He's hurt us a time or two. Just don't let him beat you.
That's it.
And now it's going to come down to what we can do offensively, and we're going to go out of the gun this time, so it should start getting a little bit more interesting.
And I'm guessing, again, the clock is not working here, so we're probably around the 2 minutes to play in the first half. Got a penalty flag, though, before the play gets rolling.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see what went on over there unless they were lined up off sides.
They're counting people. They're saying they may have one too many. 3, 6, 9. I believe they had one too many. Yeah. They had 12. Yeah, sure did.
Well, that's how you make your defense work. To play with 12. I went my whole career and didn't figure that out.
That's it.
30-year career. I should have known if we played with 12, you'd have better
12
chance.
on 11's good odds.
That's good odds. I like them. I bet on them most of the time.
That was Carson Collier, one of their juniors who came out. Apparently he was the 12th man, so to speak, not picking on him. But so now they're going to mark 5 yards off for having too many guys.
It's a little difficult not knowing how much time's left. That makes it.
It is.
Makes it a little tougher.
And I'm guessing there's in the neighborhood of 2 minutes to play.
That should be.
And I have a feeling that may be why we're kind of spreading things out a little bit to run a 2-minute offense.
It should be, and I hope we do, and I hope it's successful.
Cooper over there on the right side. Over here on the left side, got big 81, Nathan Bogdanovich. Big, tall target over here.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, high snap.
Come up with it.
And Gabe's, we got whistle. It sounded like a whistle was blowing, but Gabe keeps running.
No, I think.
Okay. Oh, just somebody screaming. Okay.
Yeah. Clock's still running.
So now the clock is still running. We haven't seen anybody get out of bounds in several plays.
Yep. And so, we're going to see right here what Coach Blankenship and his staff can pull out with how much time's left right here. You don't want them to have the ball back before the half. So we may go back to running more veer stuff right here and just go in at the half with the lead or try to pop a big one here somewhere along.
Yeah. And we run it just straight up the gut again, right up between the center and the guard, out to the 37-yard line. And again, talking about our coaching staff, head coach Neil Blankenship, of course, Scotty McMahon, our offensive coordinator, Eric Stevenson, our defensive coordinator. We have a timeout by the Maroon Devils on the field, so that means we're probably a minute or maybe less to play.
We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, let's keep it here, Joe. I'd say it'll probably go pretty quick. Oh, okay. Hey. So now we have a timeout on the field with, again, our clock not working on the scoreboard. We're guessing in the neighborhood of a minute to play. And we used a timeout, and we still have, I think, that says 3 timeouts left. I think we only have 1 or 2 left. 20-8, that's the big number that is important, Coach. As you know, we lead Asheville Christian Academy 20-8 here late in the first half.
Yeah, and it's going to be the burden of proof will still be on us in the second half, no matter what happens from here on out, because at some point in time we've got if we stick to what we know, we're going to have to be able to contain that quarterback and keep him from beating us, and not let his legs do all the work.
And he is a playmaker. We have seen that already. He can make you miss.
Yeah, he's a pretty tough young man too, because he's a linebacker also.
So. Plays linebacker.
And I'd say they put him in there for specific reasons of blitzing, and I think that's what we're fixing to see.
Back to throw is going to be Gabe. Oh, it's going to be knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Boy, he wanted to throw that one about 40 yards down the field.
And he had 2 receivers in the middle of the field with 1 defender left. It was a good call. And it was probably going to work out right there too, but it got batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he when he reared back with that right arm, you could tell he was going to throw it a long way.
Yeah, we had him 2-on-1 back there and just couldn't take advantage.
Back to return is going to be Bram Lowry. He's number 22 for the Lions. And he's going to return the punt from Gavin Lanning, we think, with under a minute to play approximately here before halftime.
Yeah, we're short a player, I'm pretty sure, here, too. I can't tell. No, we may be right, yeah.
Good blitz coming in. Gavin gets away. A nice punt, though. Back to return again. It's going to be Lowry, and he's going to let this one roll.
Let it roll.
Smart play because we had good coverage.
Yeah, we had good coverage, and I'm glad we let it roll there until it had stopped, because that just takes that much more time off the clock to keep them from having any seconds left.
So now ACA will get the ball back with not a whole lot of time. According to the scoreboard, they only have one timeout left. And again, the scoreboard not functioning correctly right now, so we're just kind of guessing, if you will.
Yeah, it's just a shot in the dark.
That's
and,
it.
I didn't even look at my watch, and I wouldn't even know how those officials are keeping it right now. So
you can see them looking at their watch now.
Yeah.
They just blew the whistle. So
yeah, the head man, he's one that'll determine how much time's left. It's supposed to be he and the back judge back here, so we'll see.
yeah, now the back judge checking his watch. So first down, Lions at the 25-yard line.
They're going to try to air it out.
Yeah,
Four deep.
Rice back to throw, steps up, breaks a tackle. He's going to run for positive yardage, gets a first down as Cooper Hyatt forced him out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, just keep him in front of you. Don't let him beat you. Don't give him an opportunity to get that ball any more upfield.
Got a Lions shaking up one of their linemen, Zachary Lale. A junior is going to hobble off. He's going to have to. Got a penalty flag
we
down.
do have a flag down.
And Lale hobbles off. We hope he's going to come back okay. There is a flag at the 31-yard line.
Could be a holding call and bring a bunch of that back. We'll see here. I'm not real sure what the signal was there.
Me neither.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the
That's a
fist
different-
together mean there, unless it had something to do with the way they were blocking us out. That may be a new call. I've been out of it so long I couldn't tell you. Yeah.
I've never seen that signal.
Yeah.
So, again, it goes against the Lions. The line of scrimmage is going to go all the way back to the 16-yard line. So now it's going to bring up a first down and 19 with, we think, around a minute to play or maybe a little less. Of course, all that stopped the clock with the penalty flag and the quarterback going out of bounds. But now they're first down and 19.
Yeah, he's going to try to make something happen right here. He may just want to run the clock out himself now.
Yeah, big tackle down there by big Nolan Fisher, sophomore, who's been in on a lot of plays. He's a big kid in there. Big 74.
That's what we're wanting. We're wanting a lot. We're wanting some of them. The better shape those big guys get in, the better off we're going to be.
He comes off, and now coming on to give him a blow is going to be Connor Driver. Connor, of course, one of our seniors. So now it looks like ACA just wants to run out what time might be still left as they're just taking their time getting back to the line of scrimmage, and now there's a whistle. That may be it. Let's see.
I don't know where they got an injury. I believe the young man who's been banged up, Miles Tate, I believe
Yes.
he's having to leave the field. And yeah, that's it. He just couldn't go.
Yeah, he's had a hard first half.
So they stopped the clock, but now the clock should restart on the whistle here and resume play, because you can't stop it for that because that penalizes the defense.
So now they are rolling the clock.
Yep.
Second down and long again for the Lions. Inside.
We're in 4 deep coverage. Uh-oh, got another whistle.
Whistle still blowing. I think that's going to be running out of time.
That was it. It probably only had a couple of seconds left when he wound the clock.
So, fans, we go to the locker room at halftime. We have no clock, but, hey, we've got two good football teams. And right now the Maroon Devils have the edge at halftime, 20-8. We'll be back. We've got halftime coming up, so be sure and stay with us. Well, again, we understand Joe is keeping the audio and the video going and doing a good job as best as he can. And we're going to recognize our sponsors as we go to halftime with the Maroon Devils up 20-8. Stay with us.
Grace Stewart, color guard captain, Cheryl Dickinson, and Arcadia Rose, uniform manager, Pete Conley, Nick Lester, Bianca Farewell, Steve Markey, co-captain, coordinator of the office, Lady, and Jay Bratton. Now, let's welcome the 2021 Wayne County High School marching band. Again, the winning ticket 501-428. You may claim your $480 as press box. Great job, man. You threw it right for 2021 against the lead. Wayne High School marks there.
Fans, welcome back. First half, 20-8, Maroon Devils with a lead over Asheville Christian Academy. A last-minute substitute, if you will, tonight for North Buncombe High School. And here we go with the second half as the Maroon Devils will bring it back. Cooper Hyatt has a lot of blockers at the 30-yard line, out to the 35, still on his feet, spinning across the 40. Man, he was not going to go down to the 46-yard line. That's some good running.
Am I a coach or what? Did I not say this young man was going to show out? You could see it, man. He's there. I mean, he really is, and he's that kind of impact player right now.
Man, I tell you what, this is, you hate to say expect, but we knew Cooper had the ability. We saw him in baseball and basketball. And I tell you what, he is in a zone.
Well, he is, and it's his time, it's his turn, and he's glad to be here.
He is a senior playing like a senior. Back to throw is going to be Gabe. It's going to be knocked down again. Up there was big number 2, Jacob Price, who jumped up there and got a paw on it. So we've had a couple of those knockdowns tonight.
Now, I'm going to be real upset if he calls an illegal formation on us because we did have the tight end covered, but the tight end never released. There's nothing wrong with that formation. We had the right number of people on the line of scrimmage. Now, we should have been probably on the weak side over here and off on the strong side. There's nothing wrong with that. But if he calls an illegal formation, he's wrong. They're wrong.
So it looks like they're talking, but
if we had a replay, I could show it to you because all you had to do is count the number of people on the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be an illegal procedure.
And I don't understand that. Whether it's did somebody, but if somebody moved, the whistle should have been blown even earlier. But
right.
I don't understand if he's calling that because we weren't lined up correctly, but it was not illegal.
There you go. Right,
because you generally want that outside receiver to the tight end side off the line of scrimmage. People used to call it a flanker. The other guys are split in. All right, now here you see it to the wide side of the field over there. He's on. This one over here is off. We weren't lined up like that last time. And see, now he's backing off again.
He stepped back.
Yeah.
Here, Gabe, hands off.
There
Here comes Big Joe around the right side, or Josh Collins.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Josh Collins. Big run down to the 47-yard line of ACA.
This is the first time we've shown them that play right there. That right there is a lead play to the edge of the line of scrimmage. And all we're trying to do there is stretch them out again, get them out of that box, running it out of split backs.
So now we're going to see, Coach, it's going to be interesting to see the first couple of series here in the third quarter, and the clock is running, by the way, to see the adjustments that both teams might have made at halftime.
Yeah, I can't see a whole lot of them being made offensively, but defensively, and if you'll notice right away that ACA's gone to a four-man front.
Yes.
And that's the first thing they've done.
There's Josh on the carry again, this time brought down by Adam Harrison for the Lions over there. So Josh Collins, sophomore, getting some work here in the third quarter with 10:39 and counting. The clock, whatever they did to it, is running smoothly right now.
Plugged it in, I hope. Who knows?
Maybe they unplugged and replugged. You know, that's what they say, reboot.
Yeah, Coach Jenkins called me during halftime and said, get that clock working, because he was making fun of him because how many times over the years we had to come up here and fix the clock.
You're a veteran clock fixer.
Yeah, he got real fun. He thought that was real funny. I didn't.
Gabe under center this time, split backs, got a receiver on each side. Straight drop.
There we go.
Airs it out down the left side. It's up there, and it's caught. Down.
Touchdown.
That is a Maroon Devil touchdown in the end zone.
No, you don't call him down on the 6-inch line. He was in.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
You weren't even close enough to call that. He was in.
Oh, our players are not happy with that call either.
No,
and they shouldn't be.
No.
That is unbelievable.
There's no way he wasn't in. I wish we had replay. There's no way his knees went down before he crossed that line.
Yeah,
he was still airborne when he crossed that line.
They're going to spot it inside the 1-yard line.
Donovan's feeling it right now because two plays before this out here in the middle of the field, Donovan and along with Cooper, Donovan buried a guy over here against the fence, blocking him on the outside edge. So these guys have gotten themselves into this ball game now.
So great catch over there by Cooper. Should have been a touchdown. And now we're going to give it to Carson Taylor. He bulls it in on the right side. He's in. Now they call it a touchdown with 9:46 to play in the third quarter. And the Maroon Devils up 26-8 now over Asheville Christian Academy.
Yeah, we were talking about adjustments. They thought their adjustment would be that 4-man front, but we went to the air, and it was a quick drop, 3-step drop, and hang that thing up. So they didn't have time to make any sacks. There was no play action. He stepped straight back, hung it up there, blows it open, come back down here and run a wedge play and score.
That was a great catch, by the way, by Cooper, because he was covered pretty well.
Uh-oh.
Got a bad snap.
Get on it.
Yep, the ball is still loose. ACA is going to pick it up, but there's no return, so the play is dead with 9:40 to play. And we'll take a timeout and recognize our sponsors, and we'll come back with the Devils on top 26-8 here in the third quarter. There it is. Holy cow. Here we go. You ready? Fans, welcome back as the return by the Lions is going to be stopped at the 29-yard line by a host of Maroon Devils led by John Parton, among others down there. Good coverage as Asheville Christian Academy, or check the Asheville Christian Academy's Bram Lowery, number 22, on the return.
Yeah, he started trying to tiptoe when he got to the sidelines, and we knocked the ball loose out there and were real close to recovering that in bounds.
Maroon Devils playing physical football tonight. And Coach, we saw it last Friday, and I'll give you the perfect example when Robbinsville took on Asheville High School, the Cougars over there. And I think sometimes larger schools east of here don't realize the physical style of play the Smoky Mountain Conference does every Friday night.
It surprises them. You try, I know some of those coaches over there, and they try to tell them, but it just you can't impose enough of it.
Until you've been there, here comes the run to the right side. Going to be the same guy that returned and got a penalty flag down, and a good play defensively by Lucas Sutton, 33.
Yeah, that should be a holding call because he had him by the shirt trying to turn him as he was making the tackle.
So now, it's feeling pretty good on this Monday night. It was hot earlier as we were kicking off, of course, with plenty of sunshine and 80 degrees.
Yeah, I'm fat, so it's still hot.
It's still hot.
That's all I can say.
Hey, but it'll help us out in the wintertime, Coach.
Yeah,
we'll have some insulation.
Yeah, I've been telling myself that for 30 years and tried to convince my wife for 30-something years, and she's just like, she ain't having it. So.
No. But in our own mind, we believe it, don't we?
Oh, yeah. You got to believe it yourself. You have to.
So now the penalty against the Lions for holding. That's going to move the ball back to the 15-yard line. First down, and now about 24 yards to go. Long way to go for the Lions. Back to throw is going to be Rice, the quarterback. Throws it over the middle. Got his man, but he juggled it and couldn't hang on. That's going to be number 4, Adam Harrison.
Yeah, and that was a good route. That was a delayed route. He set up outside there as the other 3 receivers were clearing the field. He came out late, and that's a good design play. You're picking on linebackers. What you're trying to do? You're trying to get them to drop out of there and run out of there with one of those receivers and just slip him in underneath. But you dropped the football.
And would like to remind everybody, coming up on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, volleyball will be traveling over to Blue Ridge. Wednesday, soccer is going to be at Pisgah. Volleyball is. And I've got to wonder, I'm guessing Pisgah is going to be playing on a different field than what we saw that just got destroyed by the flood. Back to throw is going to be Rice now on second down and long. Has plenty of time. Zips it. This one is going to be, he dropped it. Yeah. He had it for a moment, but Adam Harrison couldn't.
Basically, that was combination. It's a delayed route where he hesitates, takes his time, and then he just drags across the center of the field.
Coming up on, as you know, we're going to be playing football up at Smoky Mountain at Carr Hooper Stadium in Silva, and our cross-country team is going to be at Hendersonville. So, coaches, you know, just getting into high gear, but volleyball Tuesday, soccer at Pisgah Wednesday, volleyball hosting Franklin Wednesday. So,
yeah, things are happening quick. Don't let him outside.
Here's Rice throwing, and he's got a pretty good sidearm delivery, but this one is going to be incomplete as well.
Yeah, he still scares me out there.
Yes.
We cannot let him just to get him to pull up. Because right there, he pulls that thing down, takes off. We're in trouble. He opted to throw. Like I said earlier, I would rather him throw the football as run with it.
Yeah, because he has good feet.
He's going to outrun most of us.
Yes.
I would say outside of one or two of us.
Well, and now with that delivery, it reminds me a little bit of Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah. He dropped it down there and sent it, didn't he?
So now they're going to be punting. They got to be careful. It's going to be back inside the 5-yard line, and he gets the snap, gets away a really nice punt, and it's going to be where the taste, of course, they know probably is better than we do coming up Friday. I think our schedule is so friendly. So now coming in is going to be 33, Lucas Sutton in his spot. He'll join Josh Collins in the backfield along with our quarterback.
Arm did come forward. I think he actually hit one of our running backs in the back.
Gabe got a flag thrown on him. He tried to kind of boot the football to the official, and the official didn't like it.
Yeah, and now they got to watch him, or otherwise he is upset with himself, and he's upset the official but he did try to kick the football back to him.
Yeah, he kind of did, and you got to have a little more respect.
Yeah,
for the official.
And it just got under his skin there, and so we got to keep coaches and the other players. That's where your leadership comes in now.
That's it.
Calm him down.
That's it.
And he's got to stay calm himself.
Yeah.
And,
stay in the moment.
That's right. It's going to be fourth down, and
because as you know, a quarterback has a leadership role.
He does, whether he wants it or not.
That's it.
And I don't care if they're seniors or sophomores. They have to assume that role out there. They don't have to assume it all.
Right.
Because that's where your senior leadership comes in. But you've got to be able to overcome a lot of stuff.
You really do. And we've been blessed here at Swain County High School through the years to really have some outstanding quarterbacks who are also outstanding leaders.
Yes, that's the truth. And they don't have to be overly vocal. That's what I always liked about some of the quarterbacks that I had the opportunity to work with here. They don't have to be the rah-rah type person. What they have to do is be poised and composed and take that burden on, and their teammates will recognize it right away when things start happening. And
you said it.
And they start appreciating it, and you don't have to be, like I say, you don't have to say a whole lot. They'll follow your example. So
I know some guys that come to mind immediately. Sam Patillo, I think started us down a good road with that 1979 state championship.
You mean Mr. Mouth? We couldn't get him to even talk at practice.
But he led by example.
He led by example, yeah. He really couldn't. He didn't say a word to anybody. He was the same demeanor at the beginning of a ball game as he was at the end. You just couldn't. Yeah,
you couldn't rattle him.
No, he was unrattleable. I mean, we tried practice. I mean, I did. I attempted at practice to just see if I could get him shook up. Nothing bothered him.
And that goes a long way when you're in a tight game.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Man.
He led us to that state championship.
No doubt. Here comes Gavin Lanning's punt. Boy, this one went to the moon and came back, and they're going to let it bounce. Our Maroon Devils are all over the coverage down inside the 15-yard line. Is where the Lions will take over first and 10. 7:03 to play. We're in the third quarter. Maroon Devils leading Asheville Christian Academy, the Lions, a private school, and a 26-8 ball game right now. And the clock is running, and everything's working smoothly, and we hope it continues that way.
I believe the clock. I believe we spoke too soon. The clock has shut down again.
It has had a couple of frozen moments here tonight.
Yeah. This. Well, I'm just glad. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, as Joe says, this is not a good night for technology, and I'm glad I ain't have to worry about that clock.
Hey, that's it exactly. And most of the fans are like, hey, but we get to see some football.
Oh, that's it. We're going to have our glitches.
That's it. Here we go. Rice back in the gun. He's going to run straight up the A gap, and there's good penetration and good coverage over there by, looks like Nathan Bogdanovich, number 81. He just ran right down the line of scrimmage.
That's all. If you don't penetrate on this guy and just cut him off, just make the play. Don't let him don't be running at him while he's running at you, because it's a mismatch. He's going to beat you.
Yeah, he has good feet.
Yeah. It would take a very extraordinary athlete.
Yeah, and he's only a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
Very talented. Turns and hands off.
Counter.
And there's another by Nathan Bogdanovich, 81. He went right down the line again and put the tackle on.
Yeah, starting to stay on the line of scrimmage, play up and down, or sideways on the line of scrimmage. Don't be worried about penetrating. Keep your leverage on these people. Don't let them. You run across the line of scrimmage, they're going to outrun you every time.
Yeah, and boy, Nathan had two really good plays there. Now it's going to bring up third down at about 4, and here
Boom.
comes Rice.
There
And
we go.
boy, and this time coming up on the stop is going to be Zach Stepp, the corner over there, number
Yep.
4. And that's going to be short.
That was great play. He came up and made the type of tackle he had to make. He wrapped him up, took him down right there. No drama to it. Just stop him right there. Don't make any big moves or he'll make them on you.
That's it. Now fourth down and a couple.
And they're going to go for it.
And right now, yeah, they're not looking like punt formation.
Nope, they're going to go for it. I mean, they're
Rice, the sophomore quarterback, is going to stay in the backfield. He's got a running back on each side of him, left
double
and right.
isolation again.
And he
They
did not
stopped
get
him.
it.
He didn't get it.
Matter of fact, he might have lost a yard.
Yep.
That was outstanding penetration. One of those in there was Lucas Sutton. Another one in there was big Conrad Henderson,
Yep.
number 78, and he's a big boy.
Yes, he is. And like we said earlier in the ball game, these defenses, if your defense can start catching up to these offenses, it'll show. If you don't, then they're just going to keep piling the points on you.
That's it. It really shows, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, you got to make adjustments, and we're doing that. We're switching the fronts up on them a little bit. We're starting to realize when they run those plays back to back, what's happening.
So now in the backfield for the Maroon Devils, we're going to have Zach Stepp and Lucas Sutton, number 4 and number 33. And it's going to be number 4. He gets the carry this time. Zach around the right side, tries to turn the corner. He's met there pretty hard. Couple of good pursuits over there. Leading the charge is Graham Lowry, number 22, and number 2, Jacob Price for the Lions.
Yeah, he did the smartest thing he could do there. When he saw all he could get, he didn't give up and just run out of bounds. He turned upfield and picked up that extra yard, just lowering his pads and taking that hit because, you can run out of bounds and save yourself some punishment, but you pick up that extra yard, you don't know how big that's going to be.
No doubt. Second down and 6 now. Good 4-yard pickup.
Looks like we may be running some type of veer play to the wide side of the field up there. Yep, running the A-gap. That's his freeze option. You can look at our splits and kindly tell. And if defensively, if they were paying attention to that, they could take advantage of us, but they're not. They're not changing much of anything that they're doing defensively. They're just widening with us. Yep. And the rule is, if they will widen with you, keep widening.
Keep widening.
Keep moving them. Keep moving them out because the further you get them out, the more ground they got to cover.
Zach Stepp again, good carry now, third down and about 1. So Zach has picked up 9 yards on 2 carries now as Gabe is under center again. This time it's going to be quarterback keeper.
Yep.
He stuck it in his belly and took it for a first down inside the 10-yard line. And they finally wrap him up, but penetration, I think, was across the 10.
That should give us the first. came in.
Yes.
2 days late, but neither team felt like they was even going to get to play this week. So one more week to open up, but here they are. They took it on a chance. We did too, to come together, not knowing anything about each other much and just having at it.
That's right. And a good chance for both teams to improve, work on things, and get better for next week.
Yeah, you won't know how good you are till you get in a game situation.
That's right. Rice to throw. Got his man. Pass complete. 41. Penalty flag down. Over there on the catch is going to be Demario Rice. He's number 23. I'm wondering, he is a sophomore. And number 10, Javier Rice, is a sophomore as well. Two good athletes.
Yeah, they are, and I'm anxious to see what this call is right here, because they were completely legal with their formation, and the pass was completely legal unless there was a hold somewhere down inside. There was no ineligible receivers upfield that I could see. I have to question it because of where it's thrown.
Right.
It was thrown at the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Hey, we got to say congratulations. We were talking about Jeff Mathis earlier down at the Allman Boat Dock and Boat Park. He won the 50-50 at halftime.
He's the luckiest devil in the world. He's got me as a social director, and now he wins the 50-50 at halftime. He thinks he's not going to have to cough some of that money up. I'm going to get a raise till tomorrow.
That's right. So congratulations. Jeff Mathis took home some 50-50 money with the drawing at halftime. The volleyball team trying to raise money, and we hope they had a good, profitable night. Penalty, unfortunately, going to be going against the Lions here.
Has anybody seen a signal yet? I did. Okay. Unless it was a legal formation. I thought they were legal, and maybe they had too many backs in the backfield. I couldn't tell from here, but it was dropped at the line of scrimmage. So that's the only thing I know, and that's about all it could be.
That's
but
right.
I thought they were completely legal.
So that seems to be the case. It's going to be a second down and about 15 now for the Lions from the 30-yard line. They have 4 wide receivers. They're going to throw it here. Here comes pressure. Rice is in trouble, and he's going to be sacked.
There's the pressure from the linebacker. When he broke contain, instead of standing back in coverage, as soon as Brandon Frost saw that he had broken that contain, he came out of coverage and cut him off. That's all. That's as simple as it is. That's how you keep an athletic quarterback like that from taking advantage of, which he can very well do.
And talking about good pursuit, Conrad Henderson came from the backside and actually tackled the quarterback from behind. So Rice really didn't know that Henderson was on his back.
Had no idea, but you got to get him to pull those feet up. If he keeps those feet moving, he's going to hurt you. Yeah,
he's dangerous. 4-man front for the Maroon Devils. Rice to throw from the shotgun. A lot of pressure over the middle, and his receiver was looking the other way, and the pass, boy, that was a good pass. But down there, number 22, Bram Lowery, was looking to the inside. The pass came behind him.
Yeah, and we got another flag on the play here. Be holding against ACA.
Yes.
Against the Lions, and happened somewhere inside the line of scrimmage there, and it thrown by the head official. Going to decline it, bring up 4th down.
I'll tell you, Rice, we talked about his feet, but he has a pretty good arm, too.
Oh, that was a rocket he threw.
He did.
I think the receiver, either he or the receiver, I think the receiver just absolutely looked the wrong way.
He did. He was looking toward the ACA sideline. Mm-hmm. The pass came right behind his helmet, literally. And it had some hot sauce on it.
Oh, yeah, it did. It did.
All right, the Lions are going to be punting this time. Back to return for the Maroon Devils is going to be Reese Winchester. And doing a good job punting tonight. The Lions punter, number 26, Davis Winter, has really had a couple of nice ones. Good snap. Punts it very high. Already a whistle, though. Boy, he's got great hang time.
Yeah, it's putting it up in the air. That's for sure.
But a whistle before really the ball was kicked.
Yeah, we'll see what this was. Either we were lined up offsides or something happened there. Somebody moved against on ACA's line of scrimmage there.
We are late in the third quarter. It's going to be illegal procedure again against the Lions, so they'll have to back up 5 and kick it again. And we're late in the third quarter. The time is being kept on the field. Again, we're having clock issues from the scoreboard side of things. It's basically frozen. So the Lions back up 5, and they'll re-kick. But again, Davis Winter has some great hang time.
Yeah, he's putting it straight up in the air. And I think the objective on this one right here is not to mishandle the ball.
That's it. Get a good clean snap. And he kicks this one high as well. This one toward the sideline. Not going to be much of a return. And it's going to be blown dead at the 44-yard line, where the Maroon Devils will now take over first down and 10.
First and 10 and getting closer to the end of the third quarter. So we may see that shift here if we try to take the football and drive it down and eat up some more of this clock.
Again, late in the quarter, our score, Maroon Devils 33, the Lions 8. But again, we appreciate Asheville Christian Academy for agreeing to play. They wanted a game. We were scheduled to play North Buncombe last Friday. They had a COVID player. They had to postpone it until tonight. And now there's a timeout on the field by the Maroon Devils. But then we understand the Buncombe County Health Department got involved and said there's got to be contact tracing. And so North Buncombe not able to play at the last minute. The call was made. Asheville Christian Academy so gracious to come over and play some football.
Yeah, and there again, that's a wing and a prayer type stuff for both teams. You don't know what, neither team knows what they're getting into. And I know that would aggravate me to death, because I always wanted to know a whole lot about our opponent before we play.
Looks like we have just over a minute to play here in the third quarter, as again the time is being kept on the field. And Toby Burrell is helping us out as always here in the press box.
Yeah, and Coach Burrell. Time being kept on the field, and Coach Burrell. So that's how we know what's going on.
That's it. And I tell you, Toby Burrell does a lot of things that we don't give him credit for to help the broadcast and keep us on track, along with Joe Holt upstairs. Again, Joe Holt, Brad Carson, Kent Maxey doing all the camera work and the technological work tonight.
So what you're saying is me and you couldn't pull this off.
I would say that's correct. Without a doubt.
I know it's correct. I couldn't even turn that camera on.
Me neither, Coach. Thank goodness. We just have to put on a headset and talk and watch. Oh, that's not a bad way to go.
Well, we could talk. That's what we can do.
That's it. So now the Maroon Devils stay on the ground. First down for about a yard. Second down and 9 coming up again late in the third quarter.
We tried to run a little bit of that freeze option again. Bend back, a lot of people call it. You start in one direction as you're moving an offensive lineman, and then you cut right back in behind the block. And it sometimes those linebackers or those backside defensive players can cut it down.
And Lawson Woodard is in at quarterback now for the Maroon Devils as he hands off. So we have a new quarterback in. And Lawson is a sophomore. And I think that might be the end of the third quarter. The official blows the whistle.
You got an injury timeout, too.
Oh, got an injury timeout on the field. Got a Maroon Devil down. And that is going to be, I can't see, Coach Blankenship and Kerry Powell out there quickly to work on him. But he's starting to try to sit up.
He grabbed a hold of a knee there, and that's the way he went up in there. It looked like if that was the ball carrier, he took the helmet right on the knee. It looked like to me, just got absolutely planted at the line of scrimmage.
And you're right, Kerry Powell working on his right knee. And it's amazing how people with Kerry's experience can move the knee just a little in different directions, and they can tell a lot as to what might be wrong.
Yeah, that's
And by the way, that is number 4, Zach Stepp, who carried. That's number 4, Zach Stepp, the injured player on the field. And while they attend to him, let's take a break and recognize our great Maroon Devil partners with these notices on the Maroon Devils Network. Here we go. Maroon Devils stay on the ground, lunging forward for a first down. It's going to be Lucas Sutton, number 33, a sophomore. We just recognized some of our sponsors. We also want to give a special recognition to High Creek Earthworks. As you can see their logo in both end zones, and we appreciate their support. HIC, it kind of looks like, or High Creek Earthworks.
Amen. We're proud to have them on board.
No question about it. And by the way, coming up a week from this Friday when we host Franklin here on September 3rd, got a whistle, and that might be the end of the third quarter, looks like, as I don't see a flag. Yep, that's going to be the end of the third quarter on the field time. They are keeping the time on the field as our scoreboard is malfunctioning. So 3 quarters are gone, and the Maroon Devils with a 33-8 lead. Fans, will be back. Stay with us on the Maroon Devils Network.
Beginning of the fourth quarter.
Fans, welcome back, and as you can see from that sign on the side of the building over there, that is the Maroon Strong Performance Center, and we invite you to come up and go through that magnificent facility. When we play Franklin on September 3rd, there's going to be an open house in the field house. We want you to come through it. It really is nice.
It is, and if you've not seen it during its development, then you're going to be really, really surprised at what that place is all about.
It is really well done, and I was in there just a couple of times, and I tell you, one thing that impressed me, and it doesn't take a lot sometimes, but I thought it was so cool. Even the weightlifting plates have the Maroon Devil logo.
Oh, they do, and
I love it.
It's such a long time coming to get something like that here, and over time, it's just if you're going to keep up, if you're going to compete nowadays, you've got to start bringing things like this online into your programs, and they have many uses, but the biggest one is exactly as it says, Maroon Strong Performance, and that's what it's all about.
That's it. It's a physical training facility for all sports, not just football. Some people say it's football. It's for every sport, because last time I was in there, literally, Jeff Marr was in there with volleyball girls lifting weights at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, it's performance center, and that's what it's been needed. Our field house, we outgrew our field house many years ago. We really did, and it was getting cramped when I was coaching here, and we were packing stuff in. We'd move weights equipment outside sometimes and keep it covered up just so we'd have room for the kids to use it. But it's been a great addition to this facility.
It really is. This time the Maroon Devils stay on the ground, and boy, the Lions just smother this play. Coming in with a big tackle up front is big number 61, Peyton Raby, a junior for the Lions, and he was not to be moved.
Yeah, they're stunting about every play up front there, out of the 3 front and a 4 front. Just moving those linemen around, slanting them one way or the other, making gap players out of them to try to make something happen.
Well, the Lions have a couple of big boys up there. Peyton Raby, number 61, and number 67, Caden Pinkerton, another senior. They're large fellas to move. Maroon Devils stay on the ground to the right side, running inside the 15-yard line here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, a lot of times if you're not careful, at this point in time in the ball game, they'll start losing some of their technique, and you can see them over there on defense. Those defensive linemen are sucking there, and they will lose a lot of their discipline when that starts to happen, and they'll make a play or two, but then they'll get knocked down.
Yep, the fourth quarter It starts wearing you down, no doubt. This time, nice run on the right side by Lucas Sutton, number 33 again. That's going to be a Maroon Devil first down and goal down near the 5-yard line here in the fourth quarter with a 33-8 Maroon Devil scoreboard right now.
Yeah, and this is a great move by Coach Blankenship and his staff. They're staying with some of these younger players, moving players in and out, keeping their linemen together up there because they're their own unit. You've got to keep them together, keep them playing, and they'll play themselves into shape.
No doubt. Lawson Woodard in at quarterback here in the fourth quarter, and he's going to run to the right side, and he's going to be stopped short at about the 2.5-yard line.
You know, and early in the ball game, right before the ball game, we talked about pad level. Now, this is the point in time in the ball game where you really, when you go back and watch yourself on film, where is my pad level? Where is our team's pad level, especially on the line of scrimmage? If it's getting higher, then we got some work to do. If it's staying down, then you're starting to get there. But boy, when they get a little bit fatigued, they want to raise up and come up out of that stance rather than explode out of that stance. Yeah. And that's the only way you'll keep that pad level down.
Yeah. I've heard other coaches when they're scouting another the team say, that lineman stands straight up.
Stand straight up. That's something you always look for. A little bit of wedge blocking, going in for a touchdown.
Penalty
have a flag. That'll be holding.
So that may come back.
Yeah, we were wedge blocking it, so it may have been that somebody was holding.
And you watch a lot of football coaches, as I know you do as well, and you know, it seems like blocking has changed over the years. The penalty is going to be
what is it? Aiding the runner?
I think that's going to be aiding the runner, and that's nullify the touchdown.
Did I miss something? Because I'm not real sure where he got that. But
I
there
didn't
again,
see
I better just shut up. Yeah, and Coach Blankenship's got the same question down here on the sidelines. That there's basically aiding the runner was eliminated.
That's an old thing.
Probably about 8 years ago.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say about 8 years ago, and I'd have no idea where that call came from. I'm just saying now. And there again, I don't have a rule book in my hand right now.
But you just don't hear of it anymore.
No.
All right. Under center again is going to be Lawson Woodard, the sophomore. He hands off, and this time touchdown. Driving it in is going to be 33, Lucas Sutton, another sophomore.
There again, he kept his pad level over because he never unwrapped from that football. From the time it was handed to him, he kept both hands on it, kept his shoulder pads rolled over, body weight forward, and he meant to get in there. That's how it's done. That's the outside veer to the three receiver side.
Gavin lining on for the point after. Cooper Hyatt on to hold. That should make it a 39-8 ball game now in the fourth quarter. The extra point, this one is very smooth, and it's going to be up and good, making it a 40-8 Maroon Devil lead. Fans, stay tuned. We're in the fourth quarter here in non-conference play from Swain County High School. We'll be back after we take this timeout. Taj Bergen on the return for Asheville Christian Academy, wearing number 1, a true freshman over there. And he got a good return once he got his hands on the football, Coach, and carries back out to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it took a funny hop on him, but he was able to finally get a grasp on it and get upfield. But now we'll probably see some more substitution on defense now because Coach Blankenship's real concerned about getting some playing time under all these players' belts. He's going to need every one of them this season.
Oh, no doubt. Coming in now, J.J. Hanna, another sophomore wearing number 28. He was a number change at the last minute. So he's in there playing one of those outside, looks like a corner, almost an outside linebacker, if you will. And boy, I tell you, at a lot of levels now, Coach, as you know, they're using 5 and sometimes even 6 secondary people on defense.
Yeah, over the years, you know, when you start moving from 4 fronts to 3 fronts like we did, you know, and we did it out of necessity simply because we had better people that could play linebacker positions and secondary positions, and it was hard to find real good, consistent defensive linemen. So to make any adjustments, you just thin out how many defensive linemen you expect to play, and you use linebackers to walk to the line of scrimmage at times to become extra defensive linemen. And to me, it was just a whole lot it was easier to coach. It really was. It took more time to coach, but once you were able to kind of get that under your belt and get the kids to understand it, it really helped out.
Oh, no doubt. And if you look at some of the way some teams play offense, especially in the NFL with so much passing and the way they spread things out, you basically have to meet that with more secondary people.
That's it. You can't stay at, you know, the old days of playing with 4 people in the secondary, that's gone.
It is.
That's the quickest way to get beat.
Yeah.
And you can take, you got 2 choices. Take defensive linemen and step them back to linebacker positions, which is really weird, or you take linebackers and start moving them towards the line of scrimmage to play on the line of scrimmage, and that helps. That helps what we tried to do anyway.
Rice throws over there, a little quick pass over there, complete out across the 35-yard line. Nice throw, nice run. Positive yardage for the Lions as he's going to get it over there to, looks like number 27, Hunter Thomason, another sophomore. Both these teams have a good bunch of sophomore players that bodes well for the future.
Oh, yeah, it really does. And then a tackle right there by Brandon Frost. He did exactly what he'd been coached to do. They don't try to kill him, just tackle him, get his butt to the ground as quick as possible.
That's it. And, boy, wrapping up is almost a lost art.
Yes, it was. It has been in the past. We hope that's.
Oh, Rice tried to hit number 22, Lowery, out there, but hit him in the hands. He couldn't hang on, incomplete.
Yeah, he really did. He planned on catching that thing and turning upfield in a hurry.
He did.
And so, it didn't work out for him.
But and you see it, and again, and I think a lot of high school players, from watching people at the highest level in the NFL, a lot of those guys don't wrap up. They want to have that big explosive hit, but they don't wrap up.
You're going to make some big explosive hits, but you're going to miss a lot of tackles.
You said it. Boy, there's a rope thrown right across the middle of the field, complete for a big first down. And what a pass in traffic down there to 27, Hunter Thomason, another sophomore for the Lions. And boy, he threaded the needle on that one.
He threw a rope. We got a penalty flag back down here, too. And I have no idea what this might be, but before they move the chains, they're going to, well, they've already started moving the chains, so nobody saw the flag but us.
Holding call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming
going
back.
to be bringing it back then, and it was a great open field tackle right there.
It was.
I believe that was Austin Jenkins. No, yeah, I guess it was. I didn't pick up his number, but he did exactly what he should have by making that tackle right there in the middle of the field.
Yep, Reese Winchester was down there to help out, and again, this quarterback, a sophomore, Javier Rice, number 10, is a gifted athlete.
He really is, but still, again, I would rather see him throw that football and run with it. He terrifies me.
He's scary. Yeah, the future is bright for that young man. And, and I think the Lions team, again, they have a lot of sophomores on this team. Mm-hmm. And if they'll just hang in there and keep getting better, it's going to be good. Rice back to throw, had a high snap, pulled it down. Now he's going to throw it. And this time he's got it complete over here to Lowery, 22, and boy, can he run.
Yep.
And he's finally forced out of bounds over here by John Parton. But you could just see that burst of speed.
Yeah, that footwork by the quarterback was there. It was exceptional again. We thought we had him hemmed up. He cut the thing upfield and still was able to throw a rope.
Yeah, if they'll follow him and keep him healthy, they're going to win some football games.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's one of those players that any team would like to have.
Oh, you better believe it. And by the time he's a senior, you know how much players can get better in 2 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But again, don't forget now the Maroon Devils on the road. One of our arch rivals in non-conference play, the old Civil Webster Golden Eagles turned Smoky Mountain Mustangs.
I almost threw up when you said that.
No, I don't like it either. To this day, I don't like the colors orange and black.
Yeah, it throws everybody back. Yeah.
There goes Rice running it for didn't get much room there, but yeah, I still we had an old cheer back was when I was in high school, and of course they were the Silver Webster Golden Eagles, and would say eagle meat, buzzard bait, let us at 'em, we can't wait.
That was a bad mistake.
And they were very good back then.
Oh Lord,
that was the days of Jimmy Streeter and Ronnie Smith, and you knew what they could do.
Oh yes. Yeah,
Holy, well you played against them.
Oh yes.
At Cullowhee High School.
It was special. Yeah, if you hadn't, if you thought you knew something about football, all you had to do was play them.
Boy, they were outstanding. Give credit where credit's due. Back to throw Rice. He's just going to have to run out of bounds. Couldn't find anybody open, ran out of room, and forcing him out of bounds over here is Matthew Ferguson. But boy, they had some talent.
Yeah, they did. I'm curious, Coach Burrow. You got about what you think the time is? About 5 minutes left.
About 5 minutes left to play, and it's a 40-8 Maroon Devil lead here in the fourth quarter. And again, they're keeping the time on the field. We obviously would be giving you the time, but the scoreboard froze in the third quarter with 7:03 to play, and it still says 26-8.
Yeah, third down now, and they're missing a player over here. They've only got 10 on the field. They were looking for that other wide receiver, and he wasn't in the ball game.
Yep. So third down at about 15. Going to have to burn a timeout and get the entire offense on the field. But again, don't forget now, coming up a week from this Friday on Labor Day weekend, if you will, on September 3rd against Franklin here at Swain County Memorial Stadium, the Maroon Strong Performance Center at the Bryson City end of the field, if you will, is going to have an open house. You can come up here and go through that facility, and it is really nice. And some things are going to be done down the road, going to make it even nicer. So it's still a work in progress, but it is a very nice facility.
Oh yeah, it's state of the art, and that's all you can ask for, in trying to promote your program and keep moving this thing forward.
And the student section, the band down here, still cheering and making a lot of noise, even late here in the fourth quarter, as you can hear them in the background.
Oh yeah,
those kids are having a good time.
They really are, and having a great outing for a Monday night.
And I think a lot of kids are just happy to be back in school. Rice dropped it. He's trying to run for his life. He gets a couple of blocks. There's a holding call, and now he throws it, and he overthrows his man down there. And yeah, we're going to have a hold, I'm afraid, in the backfield.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different things going on out here right now, and
so the penalty flag is down. So we'll be at Smoky Mountain this Friday. Then we come back here a week from Friday with Franklin at home. Following up that, it's going to be Life Christian at home. So 2 games in a row at home before going to Tennessee on September 24th.
Yeah, and I believe that I'm not real sure where Kings Academy is located. I'll have to find that out.
I looked that up. It's not far. It's not a long road trip. I think roughly an hour and a half is the last, I think, if Google Maps is correct.
Okay, I got you. Don't ask me to Google it.
That's it.
I'll be in Chattanooga before you know it.
Don't go that far. Don't go.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go that way. It's not too far outside of Sevierville.
Oh, okay.
Not too far. Just a little further down the road, past Sevierville on the old map.
Right.
Of course, I tell you what, with the traffic in Gatlinburg and Sevierville, it takes you a while to get through there.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
A lot of red lights.
All right, here we go. Got fourth down now.
Fourth down at 15. And the Lions are going to be punting again. And again, their punter has been doing a good job tonight. He punts this one away from Reese Winchester. There's going to be no return. So a good move over there by Davis Winter. And Davis Winter came on and punted that time, number 26 for the Lions. So now 1st and 10, Maroon Devils with a 40-8 lead here in the fourth quarter with around 4 minutes to play. We're guessing here, somewhere in that vicinity, as again the time is being kept on the field.
And we'll see what kind of adjustments here now that Coach Blankenship wants to make just to get this clock run out, get his young players on the field here, get more and more experience as this thing goes. I see him taking. He's got a lot of linemen over here now on the sidelines, trying to get as much possible experience for all these young men he's going to have to use during this season.
Yes, indeed. And we're seeing a few new numbers out there for Asheville Christian Academy as well on the defensive front, because those defensive linemen have had a tough night tonight.
Yep.
One of those in there right now, number 1, Taj Bergen, only a freshman. So they have some freshmen on their lineup. So do the Maroon Devils with Luke Wire and Insay Ufert. Matter of fact, I think both our freshmen are in street clothes tonight, not able to play. So we hope anybody injured can continue to heal and get better and get ready for playing time. And the handoff of the right side, good running over there for some positive yards. Again, it's going to be Lucas Sutton, another sophomore running back.
He's carrying the mail now. They're going to depend on those two running backs and that quarterback to run this clock out, keep getting positive yards. We need to try to at least get another first down right here.
That's it.
And I could see Coach Blankenship going ahead and making it 2-down territory all the way down here.
So again, a lot of sophomores getting playing time. One of those, Reese Winchester, coming out wide to the left side. Also coming out here with him is Cooper Hyde. We haven't seen his face in there in a play or two. So the quarterback tries to run. Talking about that, that was Ray Aguilar, number 45 instead of 15. So he was split out wide over here instead of Cooper. Now Cooper comes back in.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and punt this one away and just not try to pick up the first down there, which might be the smartest move rather than let them just easily have the short field to try to score on.
Oh, no doubt. So now dropping back to return, it's going to be Jeremiah Dodd, a sophomore for the Lions. He's number 12. And coming on to punt, of course, it's going to be Gavin Lanning. Boy, he booms this one.
Great punt.
His best punt of the night.
Yep.
And there's a penalty flag. I'm afraid we might be charged with interference on the punt.
Yeah, it'll be interference, and we ended up recovering the ball after it struck the punt returner there, but
I think we invaded the punt return man's space.
Yeah, I think the ball may have actually hit us first before it came down, so we'll see here.
Yeah. So I'm not sure we gave him enough room to field the punt. I'm guessing is what the call is going to be. But we've seen a couple tonight that were mysterious.
Mm-hmm.
Now the officials in committee talking it over with not a whole lot of playing time left here tonight at Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boys Dietz Field. Now they're picking up the flag and continue to talk this one over. Got to see Coach Dietz, talking about Coach Dietz, got to see him a couple of weeks ago, and he was in good spirits, and I was really happy he was having a good day, and it was always good to see him and talk to him, and he wanted to see some football too.
Oh, yeah. He's like all of us. He's had about enough of this off-schedule stuff, and it was just really strange. And I'm glad that's over and done with. It was what it was, but Yeah, maybe like we said, we're almost back to normal, but this is way closer to normal than what it was.
It certainly is. Yeah, there is the call against the Maroon Devils on the punt situation. But good to see Coach Dietz feeling good. Because as you know, Coach, and I don't mean to talk about us getting older, but we are. But hey, the good days are a little fewer and further between than they used to be.
Oh yeah, and you got to take them when you get them.
You better believe it.
And yeah, things are, as Superintendent Robert White used to say here, I'd say, how you feeling? He'd say, pretty good. I know I'm on the back nine. I just don't know what hole I'm playing. So.
That's right. And none of us do.
Nope.
Back to throw is going to be Rice. He's in trouble. He's running. He's breaking tackles. He's at midfield. He's got a lot of room to run. And finally, he's wrapped up at the 42-yard line by James Stroman, number 7.
He is miraculous. Now I'm telling you, he's scary when he pulls that ball down. You just got to hold your breath because things are going to start happening.
And that's a defensive coordinator's nightmare, as you know.
It is, man. It was hard for me at times when we would face a quarterback like him to literally tell our defensive linemen, do not rush him. Don't rush him. Stay at the line of scrimmage, play wide, and keep him in front of him. We want him to throw the football.
There you go. He throws this one, Rice down the right sideline. Oh, it's tipped away at the last second. Outstanding play by Reese Winchester, number 5, because that one might have been 6.
Yeah, it would have been. He had found his space, and the ball was thrown real well to his outside shoulder. He was fading to it, and Reese broke in there and got it at the very last second.
So an outstanding route, an outstanding pass, and then again an outstanding defensive play.
Yep.
So everybody did their job, so to speak. And that was a good route there by 18, Kewan McMorris, a junior, number 18 for the Lions. And yeah, I thought, have it not been,
bad snap over his head.
Bad snap. Rice is in trouble, and this time he has too many guys to get away from.
Yeah.
The numbers got him. One of those is going to be 58. Looks like it's 56. Check that, Cole Weichel. Again, right now, the field is dominated by sophomores.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about right now at this point in time. They've got to get on the field. They've got to have this playing time. They've got to be able to develop themselves out there in game situations like this and against this tempo and speed. And that's what a night for tonight's all about.
Yeah, and I'm talking about both teams. People like Landon Lawrence, a big sophomore lineman, 77 in for the Lions. Both teams are right now playing a lot of sophomores. 4 wide for the Lions. Rice back to throw. He's also a sophomore. Steps up. He's got such poise, and there he goes again. Mm-hmm. And there he's at the 40, 35. He's at the 30, forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And, boy, he's dangerous.
He hopes you run by him, pass rushing him. He hopes you run by him because that just opens the door for him.
It does. And he made another play. This time he just ran out of room and stepped out of bounds. We're guessing not a whole lot of time, but that's a huge first down for the Lions at the 28-yard line of Swain High. We're in the fourth quarter, and I'm guessing unofficially maybe 2 minutes to play here in that vicinity here in the fourth quarter. Again, the time being kept on the field. The scoreboard has frozen. Rice in the shotgun again. Here comes pressure again. Steps up again. He I think his ankle almost collapsed on him.
I think it did. Something clipped his legs out from under him because we had him hemmed up that time. We had pretty good leverage on him. We had outside contain on him, and when he tried to cut up in there, it looked like he knocked his
That's the ball game.
Yeah, that's it.
Folks, I think that is the ball game, and that is going to be the final score. 40-8. The Maroon Devils and Asheville Christian Academy. And again, Coach, our hats off. We can't say how much we appreciate ACA for getting together with us literally today and coming over to play on such short notice. And it was an entertaining ball game. We saw a lot of good things for both sides.
It really did, and it's a credit to their athletic program over there and their coach saying, we want to come over there. We're going to have to see what kind of team we got, too. We need to play.
Yep.
And so he taking on all comers, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No doubt about it. A couple of reminders. Again, we appreciate High Creek Earthworks, our end zone sponsor. here tonight at Swain County High School. Some reminders about athletic events coming up. Coming up tomorrow, the volleyball team will be traveling up to Blue Ridge. Wednesday, soccer is going to be playing at Pisgah, and the volleyball team is going to be back at home. They're going to be playing Tuesday and Wednesday. Volleyball will be hosting Franklin here at Swain County High School. Then on Friday, we're going to be playing football over at Smoky Mountain. Easy trip up to Sylva, North Carolina. Cross-country team is going to be a little further down the road at Hendersonville. So, Coach, as you know, kind of tough playing 2 games in a week, but you mentioned you just got to condense things and get ready.
You just got to get ready. That's the nature of the beast right now, and everybody's dealing with a different bear than we've ever dealt with. Last year was so crazy, I don't even know how we got out of it, but at least we're halfway back to normal. And just consider this: it was a rain-out game on Friday night, and it rained all day Saturday and stormed on Sunday, and today was the first day you could get it in. So there you go.
And we're just happy to be playing. And you mentioned this, and I think it says a lot. Besides a short week, if you're a Maroon Devil football player, coach, and fan, this goes a long way, winning this game tonight.
Oh yeah, it get your season started. I mean, and your best you can hope for is a win. But the next thing you hope for is that your team gets out there and competes. You know,
yes.
There was times that you were playing people early in the season. Your chances of beating them were so slim, but you had to get your kids on the field to compete. Anytime you play somebody that was a little better than you or a lot better than you, you kind of could use that as a measuring stick to say, okay, we're not there, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer.
Absolutely. Fans, that's going to wind it up for us tonight. Again, our hats off to Asheville Christian Academy. We wish them the best and safe travels home. And join us again. We'll be back on the air this Friday night from Smoky Mountain High School. Have a good week from your friends at the Maroon Devils Network.